All right. Hi, Julian. For anybody watching, which I don't think there's anybody yet because I just shared the link. We have one person waiting, it says.
Let's go.
They can't wait. So Julian, we're gonna be cracking 2 packs. It's so hard because like we're trying to do it like on a budget, but I also want it where we can hit some big stuff. And it's it's hard. So I got us a elite pack today, which was about I think like $40 a pack over at 3-Star Sports Cards in Bloomington and in Little Canada. I went to Bloomington today. Sundays they're open 12 to 4. And then I got a pack of Clearly Authentic, and I think Anthony Edwards for Timberwolves fans. He's like the cover guy for both of those. Cool. And then I also got some supplies from them too. So as always, like our partnership with them is so much fun. Before that, Julian, I told you that I thought that your cards were going to be there today. They weren't. They weren't. There are 2 coming back from PSA that I think. So the backstory here is that Julian we sent in like a Trae Young red, white, and blue prism and a Luka Donruss just rated rookie, like not super high end cards, but like nice cards. And I've told them for like 3 months that I think that they're on their way back because I don't have it organized online.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you see all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, still no dice. But let's go through some of these.
It'll be a nice surprise. See, I've said this before, but it's kind of like, when you buy a plane ticket for a trip like a year away, and then when it comes time, free plane ticket.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so that's how I feel like with these cards. It's like
free plane ticket.
I don't care.
Yeah. I got some back though today. Let's go through some of them just real quick.
Good stuff.
2004 Upper Deck Tom Brady. We got a 10. I don't know why I graded this card. It's a Jusuf Nurkic Prism, like Starburst card. It's kind of cool. And I got a 9. No, it's just a normal base. Like it's probably literally worth like people that are yelling at people for sending in crappy cards to get graded. Most of the time I feel like I'm not in that area, but there were a few reminders today. 1999 Bauman's Best, Allen Iverson. We got a 9 out of it. Sorry if you can't really see, but Ben Simmons. This is a 2016 rookie jousting from Excalibur. This 10, so that's nice. Kawhi Leonard, like just a base jousting 9. Sean Taylor, RIP to him. His rookie card 10, and that's like a pretty decent card. It actually goes for like $150-$200.
Nice.
Keep going here. We got Carmelo Crusade that ended up 10ing. Not like tons of value, but a cool card. Damian Lillard, your guy. I might just give this to you. It's a 9. It's really not worth much.
That's
just
sick.
Just the base. Jimmy Garoppolo, which I didn't anticipate San Francisco would draft a quarterback. His is a 9, rookie. This Brandon Ingram, it's a rookie aficionado. It came out as an 8, which I wasn't super happy with. Aficionado, if you have any of the cards, on the back they have like white speckles, and it's hard to know if it's part of the card or like just some sort of like printing error. So I don't know. That kind of stunk.
Is it?
It must be like a printing error because if it ate it, because otherwise I can't really think of anything other reason why it'd be.
Too bad they don't tell you why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And then my most excited card probably is just like the LeBron Chalk Dust. It's a Hoops, which is like such a low end card, but it's just like such an iconic photo.
Very cool. Yeah.
So yeah, all right, Julian, let's get into this. And as always, so Julian and I, what we've been doing is we split anything that we make from the podcast, and then we basically just go buy cards from 3-Star. So it's like kind of investing, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's investing.
It's investing.
Kyle has a spreadsheet.
I have a spreadsheet of all of our cards that we have together, so things don't get messy. But yeah, let's crack these. What do you want to do first, the Elite or the Clearly Donruss? Or Donruss Clearly?
That's not good. Can you see me?
I can see you. I'm back.
All right, nice. Let's do the Elites.
Okay. I must have cut out for a little bit there, huh?
No, I think that was me, but I think I'm back. You can hear me now, right?
I can, yep.
Awesome.
All right.
Wi-Fi on my phone off. I'm not sure if that actually helps, but
this is 5 cards in the next. So only 10 cards to show you guys, but hopefully we get like low numbered cards, auto, like chasing LaMelo, chasing Edwards. And then our goal at the end of it is like hopefully at the end of the year we like buy like $1,000 box or something that we can open up live, which would be really nice.
Fun.
So we have one Timberwolf, maybe not the one we're looking for, but I can see it in the back. All right, let's go through here. Nikola Jokic, just the base. Looks like no number there. John Wall, base card, I see. No number. We have one number card here. John Collins to 99. The Hawks looks like purple prism.
It's not too bad.
Karl Anthony Towns, the base elite. And then we got a LeBron James.
Awesome.
So base.
Cool.
Which
all right.
Maybe not like a super expensive card, but LeBron is a LeBron.
We like LeBron.
Yeah. Okay, so not a great first pack, but that's fine.
The luck continues. I mean, what would it be if we actually hit it rich?
It's funny because when people were watching us open up that Prism pack, I'm just gonna sleeve these quick. They were like the mega box. I had a buddy that bought one the other day, and he got like a few autographs and like all these like cool cards. And everybody that watched ours was like, that might be the worst box that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
everybody went and bought them.
Yep. I went into 3 stars after, and the guy was like, that was a really bad box. I was like, yeah, it was. All right.
I picked the number, so I'll take the L on that one.
That's all right. So clearly, Donruss clearly now, like this came out last year, and basically all it is it's a late release from like the previous season. And instead of it being like the base Donruss card, it's just like it's a clear card. And I mean, you can think of it 2 ways. Like it's a cool card, but it's also like a good way for Panini just to keep printing money because it's like the same card, but just a different variation of what they're already doing. So,
right.
All right, let's see what we got in here. All right, looks like we got something fancy in here, but I can't really tell. Like a De'Aaron Fox. So as you can see, these like they're kind of cool cards. Cool. Yeah. Paul George.
Okay.
So this is like our hit right here, and it's not great. We have 3 rookies, but it's Tyrell Terry Gold rookie, and I don't think he's very good, so that's all right. Aduka Asa, I don't know how to say his name, from the Utah Jazz.
Okay. I think we have a couple of his by now.
Oh, we have a lot of his cards. And then we have a Sadiq Bey rookie from the Pistons.
He's not bad.
Solid rookie year.
Yeah.
So, all right. Not great. But
next time.
Yep, we will sleeve these, and if anybody like wants any of these cards and you want to like, I don't know, like I can't imagine any of these cards are like worth anything, but like if you're like, man, I love Tyrell Terry, and the last one sold for like $5 on eBay, like literally, I'll just give you the card.
Message.
So yeah, just
message
me.
Maybe you could give us another fun card.
Yeah, give me another. We can
show
trade
on the pod.
Yeah. So I will put these into Kyle and Julian's stash right now, which is a pretty unimpressive stash.
Yeah, right.
It's not great. Okay, let's get into this week's show. So the card part won't be part of the show. We'll just kind of give it a shout out later. But Julian, welcome to another episode of the 10,000 Lamps podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Reitke, here with Julian Andrews. Julian, what's up, bud?
Not much, man. I went kayaking on Saturday. That was really fun. I would highly recommend it. I am sore.
Very sore. Probably muscles you have not used.
Yeah, not really. I went kayaking yesterday, and then I went climbing today, so I'm going to feel pretty bad tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
But, it's good. It felt good to, after like several weekends of nothing but painting and doing house stuff, it felt kind of good to get out and do some like normal activities again.
Yeah, nice to get out.
We're doing good. How you doing?
Good, man. I was at my family threw me like a little mini bachelor party yesterday.
Oh,
so
cool.
I've certainly felt better. Like I might be at like 72% today, but no, it's a lot of fun. Before we get into the podcast, we want to thank our good friends over at DraftKings. I know the Olympics are over, or they're nearing an end. I don't know if today's the last day. We're recording this on a Sunday, but they're still doing free pools over at DraftKings. So they're so much fun, and it's just a way to make money without having to spend any money, which is always what you want. And guess what? Like, we're a month away from football starting. So download the top-rated DraftKings app now and use promo code TBPN when you signed up to get free shot of up to $50,000 in total cash prizes every day of the Olympics, which they're over, but also free cash pools throughout pretty much every sport that they have. Head to DraftKings pools page to get your shot at huge cash prizes. That's promo code TBPN for a limited time only at DraftKings. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for full details. Then we want to shout out our good friends over at 3-Star Sports Cards over in Bloomington and in Little Canada. Yep. Or head to 3starsportscards.com. They're all over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram as well. They show off customers' hits. I was just there today, got a bunch of equipment, and Julian and I just got done ripping 2 packs of. One was Elite and one was clearly Donruss Clearly Donruss.
Yeah, we'll give you a guess at how well it went, and
my
hint is that it went similarly to last time, but
it could have been worse. We got some decent cards, but yeah, head to our.
It has been worse. It has been worse on this show.
Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah, and I just picked up a bunch of graded cards from there, and I'm it's like $130 to get graded, and I have like at least 2 or 3 cards that are probably worth like $150 each. So we made money today. All right, let's break down. Last week we did Western Conference winners from free agency and 1 loser. Today we're going to do Eastern Conference, but first, there's really not much for Timberwolves news. The one thing that caught my eye was there was a story from John Krasinski out of The Athletic where Kirsten Rosas and Chris Finch basically said that they're going to stick with continuity and like the next signings will probably be Jared Vanderbilt and McLaughlin, which are 2 fine players, but Julian, continuity for a team that's not very good is trouble.
My God. I don't get it, man. I do not get it. I don't understand how I don't know if this is Gerson trying to keep his job and trying to kind of do some revisionist history on last year to try and persuade us that it was actually a good season.
Yeah.
Continuity, that is just like not what you want. Continuity for a bad team is a bad thing. You want to like, I don't know, man. I get that people think that the Wolves underperformed, but if the Wolves front office has really talked themselves into the idea that this team is actually good and they don't need to do anything, that's a problem.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was just kind of funny. Like, if you would have said we're kind of strapped here, we don't really have much to do for moves, like we're looking into the trade market as much as we can, blah, blah, blah. And he might have, I guess. But just interesting continuity for a team that has sucked kind of forever. Now you want to hear. But we'll see if there's any moves. And also, I like bringing back Vanderbilt and McLaughlin. Like, I don't mind that. Those are fine moves.
They should do that.
Yeah, it just seems like maybe like continuity is not something you want to continue when you have such a shitty team. All right, let's get into the Eastern Conference. Julian, I picked 3 winners and 1 loser, but overall, my main winner was the Chicago Bulls. And I don't think they're going to be up in that like echelon of like the Nets and the Bucks. But for a team that's been like the weird, like I think last year they finished 11th in the East, just kind of right on the outside of that like play-in bubble. They have Zach LaVine. We know he's good. The Vucevic move didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to, but they'll have a full off season and whatever to get him acclimated. But then the big move is getting Lonzo Ball. So you give Zach LaVine a playmaking running mate, this seems like really bad news for Kobe White, who I think like we were kind of up and down on, and we didn't really know if he was good or not, because then the team also did a sign and trade with the Spurs to get DeMar DeRozan. And while I'm not so high on that move, I think it's like a 3-year, $85 or $90 million deal. Like that seemed like a little much to me for DeRozan, but also like now you suddenly look and you have Ball, LaVine, DeRozan, and Vucevic, and and you got Caruso, and you got like Kobe White coming off the bench. Like I don't hate that team. Patrick Williams.
This team's going to be good. I It is a little tough because it doesn't seem like they have very much flexibility, and this is not a championship team. So, I mean, it seems like,
Yeah.
like maybe this is not like, if you're a Bulls fan, maybe you want them to go for it a little bit more, or it's kind of just leave something in the tank so that if they can get like an actual superstar, they can. Although the DeRozan money, in a couple of years, like if you need to match salaries to trade for like a legitimate superstar, maybe that could work. The Lonzo Ball deal is good. I think.
Yeah.
I thought that it seemed like a pretty reasonable number.
I agree, and I think Lonzo Ball is like pretty underrated. So
yeah, totally. So I think they're going to be good. They're definitely going to be good. They didn't give up very much for DeRozan, so that's good. I know it was a sign and trade, but I think we talked about last week how the Spurs, it was good of them to move DeRozan, but maybe they didn't get as much as they could have.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Bulls, it's tough. I'm not going to, I don't want to discredit the importance of a team being decent, especially when a team's been bad for a really long time. Especially the Bulls, like this is kind of a historic franchise.
Yeah.
And so for them to be relevant again is a win for the NBA and for the organization. I don't think they're winning a championship with this roster. But as much as we say like a championship is always the goal, it's not always the goal. So I think that the Bulls being relevant and good and probably a playoff team is a good thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I think some of it too is like make sure that you show Zach LaVine that you're investing in pieces around him, because I think he was like nearing the last year of his deal and they're trying to get a contract extension done. So and yeah, you nailed it though. I think like the DeRozan thing is like, yeah, he hopefully helps, but also like on the last year of his deal, like maybe you can move him, because I look at like the Bulls and the Pelicans and like kind of like they're two teams that are in like similar spots where you have like young and fun players, but you kind of have underperformed, and the Bulls are actually getting like decent players, and the Pelicans are just kind of like grasping at anything they can get. Like they just give up, and we'll get into this a little bit, but they gave up a first round pick to get like Devontae Graham, which just seemed like really weird. And then you're going to lose Alonzo Ball. It didn't seem like they put much of an effort in to get to keep Ball, because he was a restricted free agent, so they certainly could have. So that was weird to me. Like I think I'd rather have Lonzo Ball for 4 years, $80 million, than have Devontae Graham for like 4 years, $50 million.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I like those moves. My second team on the list is the Brooklyn Nets. So they're bringing everybody back pretty much. Blake Griffin is coming back, and like we'll see if LaMarcus Aldridge, who retired midway through, like he got bought out by the Spurs and then he played for the Nets and had some good games, and then he had a heart condition. And there's reports saying he wants to maybe come back, and like we'll see if the Nets make sense. I don't know where they are as far as like cap space. They keep Bruce Brown as well, and then like the move that I really liked was getting Patty Mills for a 2-year, $12 million. I thought
Great
that was
move.
Yeah, I thought like just adding some depth and some shooting, because when we were watching and hopefully you're not in the Eastern Conference Finals and Kyrie and Harden are both out, or Harden was playing but he was just so limited. Where you were literally looking for anybody but Kevin Durant to try to make a shot or create offense. And like Patty Mills he's not a bona fide superstar, but he's a guy that has made huge buckets throughout his career.
He can do that. He's not afraid of the moment. He's a fantastic locker room guy. He'll really get along well with those guys. And also, if Kyrie's out, or Harden's out, you can play Patty Mills at the 1 or the 2 and feel pretty good about it. I think that was maybe my favorite move of the offseason.
Yeah,
it just makes so much sense.
Yeah, just a sneaky good signing, and I think you go into next year and they're probably the favorites. And I don't even know, I don't know if it's worth saying, but if they have Patty Mills in that series against the Bucks, do they win? I don't know. Maybe we're giving too much credit to Patty Mills, but he was really good, and Joe Harris is a good player too, but he couldn't make a thing in that series. So you wonder if having another guy like Mills.
We also just watched Patty Mills do really well in the Olympics and kind of carry that Australian team to their first ever medal, which is not nothing, So
it's something, certainly.
Yeah, I think it's a great signing.
Yeah, I do too. So I like the Nets, and then the last team, what's the Hornets? This is more like a sneaky. They didn't do anything huge. They got Kelly Oubre, which I like that signing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lose Devontae Graham, but instead of overpaying, they end up getting a 2022 protected first round pick from the Pelicans, which if you're able to capitalize on another team overpaying for a player that you might not want, like that sounds great. But I like the slow build. Like the slow build is kind of fun, where you have LaMelo and you're getting young pieces around him, but you're not panicking like the Pelicans did, and honestly, like the Wolves did 2 years ago, and they went to go get Jimmy Butler, and like he's great, but then you're just getting the 8th seed, and then everything kind of fell apart. So
much flexibility in Charlotte.
Yeah, I really like that team, and Gordon Hayward. Hopefully, he comes back healthy. But I mean, you look and you get like, okay, you got LaMelo and Hayward and Oubre and a bunch of young guys that I really like. So they're an exciting team, and I think the thing is,
perfect time to sign Oubre, right? Because it looked like he was good in Washington, and he was really good in Phoenix, and kind of had a bit of a breakout, and then was not very good last year on the Warriors. So this seems like a perfect spot for him to kind of rebuild his. He'll get some playing time. He'll get to kind of work his way back, and at the same time, they're not paying as much as they would have if they had signed him a year earlier, right? So I think it's a really good fit. I completely agree.
No, yeah, I like that. And I think we talk about Charlotte and like Minnesota, right? And some of these like small market teams, but that can all get switched real quickly. And we've seen it with Milwaukee, where if you have a guy people want to play with, and I saw George Hill it looked like he just took a kind of a discount to sign back with the Bucks. And like you're going to get young players that want to play with LaMelo, with Lonzo. No, LaMelo.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think we're going to start to see that. And where, same with Dallas and Luka, like you're going to get players that want to be around really good players, and then like figure it out as you go. So, I think that's a positive too. All right, our loser, and this podcast is going to be relatively quick, it looks like, but the loser I have is the Celtics, and I guess I'd rather have them do what they're doing, which is pretty much nothing, than overpay for players and whatever. But so they swapped Kemba for Al Horford, and they had to give up a first-round pick for it. So that's probably an upgrade because Kemba just literally couldn't play. He's going to go to the Knicks. But they have the same core, and you have Tatum and Brown, who you really like, and then after that, like Robert Williams is a nice piece. You just have a bunch of guys that you don't really know about, which is kind of been the story for the Celtics the last 3 years.
And who's going to play defense? Also, you could have had Horford when he was younger and not gotten Kemba. And I understand that move to get Kemba makes sense when they did it, and it didn't work out. And I actually don't mind the Kemba signing to the Knicks along with Fournier. I think they had a decent offseason. But at the same time, like it just feels like I know Horford is beloved in Boston, but it just feels like they're kind of going back to what they were a couple of years ago, and that didn't really work either. And they have fewer assets to work with, and fewer pieces around those guys. So, I'm with you. I don't really get it. They're gonna have to score a lot of points because their defense is gonna be bad.
Yeah, it seems like but it seems like they're waiting for a bigger move, and whether like whoever that is, like I don't know, like if it's like the Bradley Beal thing, or waiting for Damian Lillard or somebody to become available where you can like give up, Marcus Smart's salary plus, Jaylen Brown if you have to get Damian Lillard or whatever. Like it feels like they're just like waiting and if that's the case, then then they win, right? Because instead of like tying yourself down to assets on like 3-year deals where you're stuck with these guys, you're like, you just, if you have the same guys back and you're not tying yourself down and keeping your options open, even if you're not going to win this year, I guess maybe that makes sense. And
it really seems like the Celtics don't want to move Tatum, which makes sense. They have no reason to move Tatum. And then it really seems like they don't really want to move Jaylen Brown either. Right. So this is kind of where I have the question, though, for when you're thinking about flexibility to get a big player. Like if you were trading with a team that has Jaylen Brown, you're going to want him in the deal.
Yeah.
And then at that point, like if you're losing Brown and replacing him with like a bona fide superstar who's, Jaylen Brown's good. He's, anybody you're trading for is probably like 20-30% better than him at tops.
Yeah.
And so then it's kind of like, well, you're still thin. You still can't play defense, probably, unless you're trading for like Giannis, which is not happening. I don't know. I get the flexibility. I get the kind of keeping yourself open, but I'm with you. I just don't really get it. I don't really know what the plan is. But I'm sure basketball genius Brad Stevens has
Do
it
it
all
all.
figured out.
He's yep. He'll figure it out. All right. Well, Julian, we'll get another podcast up before Thursday. I'm gone over the weekend. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll talk about something. But yeah, we like I said, we opened 2 packs of cards, and I showed off some of my PSA returns. If you want to go check out our YouTube channel, it's just 10,000 layups. Subscribe, that'd be nice. But yeah, again, thanks for listening. As always, like we've had so much fun doing this, and we're excited for real basketball to start again. Summer leagues here as well. But yeah, we're excited, and hopefully next time we talk, maybe there's like even a minor move from the Wolves we can dissect. But all right, Julian, hopefully you're not as sore tomorrow, but it seems unlikely.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you next time. Cool. Later, guys.